Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Joseph Lahiff, and today you are watching They Have to Know You First, an introduction to marketing. So, the idea here is we'll be talking about two different approaches to marketing that you can use today successfully. One is paid marketing, specifically paid marketing for y'all as small businesses, and then social media as a marketing platform. We'll talk a little bit about those and how they mishmash together and don't, and we'll share a few ideas. Now, remember, marketing is a huge topic, and it is probably it's one of the pillars of your business success. You probably have three pillars in my mind. One is marketing, another one is sales, which is tightly related to marketing, and the other is innovation, right? If you can be good at sales, marketing, and innovation, you have a very strong chance of succeeding with your business. And it's not going to say you will, but those are three of the core pillars that you need. And we're going to be talking about marketing here in this module. So let's talk first about social media marketing. This is an approach that I've used, and it's a content multiplication approach. It's called the omnipresence model, maybe, or something like that. However you want to look at it, it's the idea of taking one piece of information and turning it into a ton of information. So you can take one podcast that you give or one blog post that you write and turn that into dozens of other pieces of social media posts. So let's just take a look at this. Before I get into that multiplication process, that's important. It's really important that people hear your voice. The fact is, the internet is noisy. There's so much going on in the world and on the online world. I just read a statistic that said people change tasks on their computer an average of 566 times a day. That's 566 times they change tasks. Now, I know a little bit about effectiveness, concentration, and task switching cost, and there's something called task switching cost. It ranges anywhere from 20 to 50% of the time you spend doing the thing. So depending on whose numbers you take, let's even take the low end, it's 20%. So if you're working on a task, let's see, if we have, I'm going to do the math here, pulling out my calculator. So if we have 24 hours in a day and 60, so there's 1,440 hours in a day, and we divide that by 566, that means, not hours, that's minutes, sorry. That means on average you do something for 2.5 minutes, and times 0.2, and that means 50% of that 2.5 minutes is, so divided by 2 equals, so a minute and 15 seconds of that task switching time is spent just task switching, not actually working. It's wasted time coming back up to speed on that task switch, and that's crazy. So we need to focus, and you need to get your word out there and be enormously effective sharing your message. So you need to be everywhere with your message so that people can hear you through all of that noise. It's just noise, 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 as the Grinch would say. And so your message needs to be out there. It needs to be consistent, and people need to hear you. People say, on average, as an entrepreneur, you should probably, if you want your message to be heard, be posting at least twice a day messages directly related to your product or service content. Boom. That's a lot. That's a lot of messaging to get out there. How do you come up with all of that content? Well, this is one of those tools that you can use. It's one of the secret tricks that we use in marketing to get your message out and not be overwhelmed creating the message. So you want to start first by what is the response that you want people to do? What kind of response are you trying to get from them? And then what will you say so that you can get that response from the folks? And then where are your prospects at? So you're talking about what the platform is. So the first is about message, and then it's about the platform. So think about that. Think about what are you trying to get? Are you trying to get your ideal clients to sign up on your mailing list? Are you trying to get them to come to a webinar? Are you trying to get them to buy a product or buy a service? Are you trying to get them to do a free session, an intake session, or download an app? Or what is it you're trying to get them to do? What do you want them to do? And start with that idea in mind first. But then do things that provide value to them, that make their life easier or better, or make them able to do something faster or quicker, or with less effort, so that they're getting value before you're asking for their money. You always need to be giving, and then asking, right? Gary Vaynerchuk calls that jab, 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 left hook, right? You give them value. I think it's 4 times jab, 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 left hook, and then you ask them for something, but only after you've given them so much that they feel indebted to you, almost feel like they have to, because you've helped them so much already that they feel like they should buy your product.